big clan. They've probably gone over that demo at some point or another. And what we saw was some good stuff from Big Plan. Let's see if Astralis have learned from it.
Let's see what they have to offer us. Astralis onto the T side, 2 sets of utility to begin this game, to begin this grand finals. 2 6-man rosters, brimming with confidence and talent, and Masuda and Shox. Those are the first 2 killers here towards ramp. Device is going to get 1 back, but there's just way too many players for him to handle on his own, and Dupree was too far back to lend a helping hand. Dupree now down to 50 HP. This is a pistol for Vitality to start.
They'll have to walk this up. I also want to give a special shout out to our boy RPK, the oldest player in the top 10 on the #1 team in the world and a big round impact player. He's not the guy who's going to chase down ecos or who's going to make the simple ZywOo plays pushing through smokes, but he will be the guy on rifle rounds to get a kill and a half, 2 kills, out dueling players 5 years, 10 years younger than him. You know, making us wonder where the ceiling is for players in this game. At one point it was Forrest. At one point it was Neo. At one point it was Taz. RPK is that guy now. And he's the guy that passes the eye test every time when you watch him play. Now, we've got this flank in from Dupree on this pistol, but the odds that it'll amount to anything are low. Of course, he'll die. Vitality will take this pistol, and we'll move on forward. But that's just to say, they pick up Masuda. Masuda has become an amazing player out of development. They pick up Navera. They have a flying start into the game with Navera, having unreal stats. I think I've only dropped 2 maps with him in total. I'm going to go off memory here. 10 out of 12 Dust 2 games, and 7 out of 7 Inferno matches. Both of those maps are coming up after Vertigo. But I'm not going to say a Vertigo will come free either.
Apex going to make it costly at the top of the elbow. ZywOo with 1. Meanwhile, we get this fight over at the B site between Shox and Dupree. All of what you're saying true, of course, and really just a testament to what makes Vitality so special. Some of the youngest talent, some of the oldest talent.
Someone brought up to me that if you could watch a F1 racer, you know, drive at 30 plus at 180 miles per hour, that, you know, RPK can still game. You know, we'll hold that thought. We've got the A-ramp push up, and they look like they're going to get onto the site soon. Some utility coming out for the short shell for RPK to slow things down. Dupree looking to turn the corner. And they have the ability to dive for the plant. Well, it doesn't seem like there's much utility to stop them. No HEs here.
Spam
Whoa,
shots,
that's a break plant.
ZywOo able to find him. MP9 through the smoke. He wasn't planting inside of the cover, but rather just on the side of it. Not anticipating somebody to spray him down. Now Vitality going to get a little more adventurous here. They've taken back the site itself. They deal with the scout player. They clear the board, and they keep 4 players alive while ZywOo makes tons of money. 3 kills off that MP9. He is off to a strong start versus what was the buy of Astralis. No bomb plant, 1 kill. Not enough. And now it gets even worse.
Yeah, it definitely does. They tried to, they don't want to plant default because they're worried about a scout, you know, pre-aim shot. We're going to see Device in the second half sit back in CT spawn and pop shots through the default box after lining it up when the smokes come down. But the second half is for the second half. You can see where Astralis are thinking about how they play. Now, Magis will come through with an opening 1D, and Shox will answer back an MP9 kill on to Device.
Little chip damage off of the frag grenade. Apex just pumping rounds down, making sure nobody gets that much closer. It's over towards B that the bomb begins to walk. RPK very much on his own here. Because we have Shox inside of T-spawn, there could be this quick flank behind them, but if Astralis take his head off, that's definitely a bomb plant alongside it. In fact, RPK, he is now left B. Astralis could walk right in, take this bomb plant. Nobody here to stop them. It's yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, they just don't know.
It seems too good.
All right.
So they sit back a bit. They take a little time, allow for RPK to re-engage. He's going to spot a man back on quad, drop bomb, follow up, damage all across the T's here. And it is still 2 kills for Astralis, but then there's that flank. Shocks from T-spawn up the ramp to seal the deal with no plant for Astralis. And finally, we get to see these T's with a bye.
Yeah, if only they knew that they could have walked in and planted. RPK moseyed in at the right time, and of course the flank. It just locks everything up. I think what we need to see from Astralis is a really strong T side. Unfortunately, they lean on it heavily, especially in their most recent maps. They look very, very good on it. And the CT side, much more fallible. And Vitality, I'm sure they had some discussions after their loss versus Big on the map. So we don't know, and neither do Astralis, as to what they may have changed or tried to improve. So how do Astralis win rounds on T side? It's by testing both A and B at the same time. It's actually normally Dupree here alone. But they've got Magus they can use to boost him. They can try to spam the Great. And they're focusing extra attention here. But the CTs are starting to push up. No punish comes in just yet. Well, okay, there is one, but it's from Vitality. RPK through the wood wall, headshot into Magus, maybe even 2.
I really like that play. You see Dupree just put down the smoke in the incendiary as if he was inside it, and I believe that's why Vitality come peeking downwards, thinking that they were down on the base of the platform as opposed to the stairs. That Molotov did not serve as a threat, but he made it seem that way to draw them a little closer. Double man advantage for Vitality off the back of that. Shots catching Glaive as he attempts to get boosted upwards. And they could go for another boost here on Device. That would give them an angle over the smoke.
He's asking for someone to come on over.
Yeah, something's got to get going. He's going to jump onto the head. Device now looking for the angle, but nobody going to give it to him. RPK just cheating with the side, and then off of that flash, fantastic. 5v2 advantage for Vitality. This B site, a brick wall. And yet they continue to try again, see if they can kick out the Grout. Not going to happen. Xyp9x finally getting 1 kill, but that's all Astralis have in the entirety of this round. Yeah. Fighting constantly up this ramp and only getting 1 kill for it.
Now, the last time they played, it was DreamHack Open Fall, I think. Best of 3. Vitality won. 16-4 on one map. Came back and barely gave them double digits on the other 2. So that's why they're feeling very confident. Grand Finals are a challenge of their own, but so far, so good here. Apex trying to start a fire in his room. Rubbing the twigs together, and yeah, you can see a spark at the moment. It definitely is a strong start. Virtually flawless T sides again versus some of their most recent opponents from Astralis, but potentially a whole new challenge.
That's
now,
a curveball.
I mean, an amazing 1D. Oh my goodness!
Through the side. Good grenade and the kill from Shocks. He gets the second. Then all of a sudden, Masuda swinging out and taking down 2 players with him.
Cleanup crew.
Ferocious fight going down on A ramp. I like that pace. Magus just sends one through the floorboards, puts Dupree into the clutch, but Vitality, because of Masuda, they stave that off.
Yeah, this is still possible, right? Okay, so we've got an open site right now. He's got full HP, and he's got armor, head armor, in fact. Plant will come down, it looks like. He's just walked halfway here.
Well, let's see it then, Dupree.
He's done being patient. RPK up in the heavens, and he's got the flank to worry about. But they'll give him enough respect to let him leave. It comes down to this shot. Dupree. He hits it. 12 HP for Dupree, but now he's picked up an incendiary.
He throws that onto the bomb. That's going to buy a little time. RPK, he has no kit. But Dupree, he peeks up, sees it, and RPK finds the headshot, working with weird angles. Yeah. You've got the railing in your face, there's the sandbags at the top of the stairs, and then even inside the site, that gap from RPK.
Yeah, you've got to get creative. And,
millimeters.
And Dupree did try. There was an opportunity there. This is an absolutely insane second shot. You see him fall through basically a pre-fire
what is he looking
on
at?
This angle. Oh my God, he sees the antenna on his back. You have to be joking. That's so insane. And then they almost trade out, but Masuda stops them from turning the corner on the ramp. That's crazy, that shot. Wow. But listen, the 1Ds, they're not enough. They have to be able to outclass if Vitality as a team. Every other team in the tournament, besides like Na'Vi, they could be better on 2 different fronts, right? They could be better individually and keep up, and because other teams make too many mistakes. Vitality and Astralis, they have like the strongest map pools right now. They play the most optimized versions of CS. And we have teams like, G2, Na'Vi, who are showing flashes here and there, but nowhere near consistency. Since Zipex has come back into the lineup for Astralis, their map pool has continually gotten stronger. As was brought up on the desk, they have like a 53% win rate on Dust 2, but they've won 5 of their 6 last games, right? They are getting better to the point that there are almost no weaknesses. And we're going to see that each and every round. But that's what can be said for both teams.
Both teams, yep. Exactly. That's what makes this final so great. Who's going to have that edge in form? Who's going to get swapped out as the games go on? A parallel that only these two teams can really put against one another. And Glaive, he's walked up into the short shelf, takes down Apex.
That's a gift. Vitality squeeze for mid control. They look to potentially drop down the ladder, come for an A ramp flank. And if Astralis are foggy at all right now, this might be just a freebie.
Oh, that could be 2 players. Oh, they line up. Masuda getting what's left of Device off of Apex's first push. There is still Glaive sent scrambling back behind the other 2 players. They're going to try to challenge into B-Shocks. He just looked away. If he had held that angle, then he has a very real chance at getting the better of Dupree. 45 seconds. CT's challenge. Masuda. Oh, he only needs the 1 because Magis gets the team kill and the sidearm's enough. 4 kills for Masuda. He is coming alive as Vitality take a 6.
The last thing that Astralis need right now is for Masuda to be a top performer at the moment. He's been fitting in, of course, incredibly well. But look at this. The 2K spray down, the rotate back up. He somehow influences Magisk into shooting Dupree, looking to trade. Magisk basically steals his ace at this point, right? This kill could have been all his.
Yeah, good point. Fair assessment and an unfair advantage.
Damn, he's looking limber at 31.
Just throws himself down there. Lets Gravity do the work. Picks up an opening kill straight out the gate. Astralis have to play off the back foot, and they're smoked out of the A ramp. Challenge being made here by Vitality, putting rounds through, damaging Zipex. This is Vitality looking a step ahead, looking loose in a really good way.
This position from Henny, where Apex is standing, and this crossfire down the ramp, it takes confidence to play here. But now they got the vertical stack in place after things have calmed down. The T's could peek into this. They need the flash to do it. They move everybody off to the side, but they can't peek themselves. Apex and Ziwu both get kills. Magisk left alone. He doesn't even know what happened. He's got to go get the bomb back, and it's still a 1v5. This is the worst start we've seen from Astralis so far.
I mean, did Astralis do anything wrong to deserve that?
I think they flashed. I don't know what happened. It looked like they tripped over each other's shoelaces because when they tried to peek, they came out late. And Vitality, who were looking at falling off because they weren't playing anti-flash, were no longer blind.
They stick to the gunfight. Apex, he sees the side of Magisk and then off of the shoulder goes for the commitment. 7 rounds in a row for Vitality to start off on Vertigo.
The only thing I can think is they both go to jiggle sandbags, and that's why it looks like they're falling over each other. But you can see the flash comes in, one guy's out, and then these 2 come in afterwards. That was the moment that everybody needed to swing, and only Device showed up. It's all too easy. What's really annoying is they have a read on this setup, but they don't deal with the players that are there. But it's cool to see that they use the crossfire at first, where they both have cover and the ability to fall off. And then when they get totally comfortable, they start to coalesce into this vertical stack down the ramp, and then they become very hard to trade. And since they're both standing in the middle, you know, they're both off angles, right? Not going to get hard cleared out there right in the center of the ramp. So 7-0 start here for Vitality, and this is a matchup where any result is amazing, right? Even if Vitality stomped on this map, that would be an amazing result that we'd have to talk about. If this was a close match overall, of course, same thing. If Astralis were able to win, that would say a lot. There's so many different narratives that will be kind of drawn out before us depending on the outcome of this match.
Flashbangs and a fiery pace. It's just the Deagles, but I mean, we saw what Magisk did to Ziwu just earlier. Masuda's gonna come peeking out from elevator. Oh! And a good chance for the second, but Magisk can't quite reset fast enough. Masuda on damage control. Yet again, rotating in to put an end to Astralis. He comes at it for another. He gets a 4K, 13-2, 8 rounds deep.
Masuda sharper than Japanese steel right now with this AK. He's not wasting any space whatsoever. That's a spray down, a quick tap, and yeah, looking so sharp. what can you say about this? Even this last spray, you can see the confidence is there. He's boiling over with it. Bit of frustration.
I mean, in terms of the bingo cards, I don't know who had 13 and 2 Masuda 8 rounds deep.
No.
Maybe that's a shame on me for being on low guard, but...
Yeah. We've got the 2-op setup, Ziwu on the other side of the map, and Apex trying to protect the short shelf. His job, of course, to play it scrappy, play aggressive.
And he will.
And he'll find the duel, but he won't win it. Finally, an opening kill here for Astralis. Actually, you know, they've gotten a couple, but mostly on the ecos with the 1 deeks from Magis.
Yeah, mostly in a position where they weren't, you know, even with a kill in the advantageous spot.
Yeah, no doubt.
So they fall off.
Yeah, they've got control. They're going to sit back and wait. And this time they aren't working the B side at all. So you know that they're probably going to try to re-aggress. You know, typically Dupree's on the other side of the map. But here they want to see for a flash re-peek. They want to see for late timed HE grenades when they're setting up. They want to see for outweighting a boost. These are a bunch of things that they have to make sure of before they commit. Now they started to move up, hopefully after the CTs have rotated out a little bit or taken their peaks. Now they're starting to turn the corner. Nobody has sandbags, and Magis starts his lurk out mid.
Masuda in position, bit of an off angle with this one. And he's gonna lose his head.
It's like the one guy right now that could kill Masuda.
Shocks. Ooh, too blind to do anything about that one.
There we go.
Bomb plant. A convincing round for Astralis. What does it take? Well,
Patience.
An opening kill, and then exactly that. Falling back and just letting things stew.
I think, yeah, right now, based on the 1 deeks that we saw from Magisk, he's like the perfect kryptonite for Masuda. 13-3. He finally loses just a straight-on 50-50. I wouldn't have been surprised if he won it. 5 alive round is great for Astralis. They're on max loss bonus. They've still got some economy to chew through here from Vitality, but honestly, for this start, they haven't made that much money. This is definitely where comebacks can happen. Vitality continue on and have a great half after this round. That'll say even more. Again, nobody's been able to stand up to Astralis' T side here on Vertigo. That's the way they get that kill. Instant snap up from Magisk and a perfectly timed flash from Device has Shocks blind, looking delirious over by the short shelf opping. He's got a kill for every Hertz. He's got a point of damage on average for every Hertz.
There you go.
Just kidding, he's on 240.
Ziwu's gonna go peeking down into the ramp. He sees your backpack, bud.
Wow.
Sends you back to pre-K. Dupree, though. Oh, he's got that kill over towards the B site. But there is still the potential for an A fight. Vitality, they back up a bit. We didn't see how Dupree picked this one up, but he's, able to get another. And it's Masuda of everyone to take down. That's a big kill. RPK, also Dupree.
The silent assassin. He hasn't even shown himself at all. To look for a third entry. He's looking to turn this entry into an ace.
As Ziwu sits back,
He's got to
pistol in
stop
hand.
himself at this point from making too much progress.
Dupree, he came into this round with 2 kills.
I think he knows.
6 shots,
Watch his
honed
free
in,
fire.
and he's got him. Ace for Dupree off the B site. Joey, run it back.
We had Dupree, the best performer from the last series, come through.
These next 2, tip-tap.
Yeah. Did he? Did he get? Where did he get the first kill?
First kill was on a player by the looks of it boosting behind the orange boxes. So he was same place he got the second kill. This right here. That's first kill of the round.
Oh, I see. Oh my god.
I don't know what he's looking at. I don't know what he's shooting at, but it works out. It snowballs into the ace. As I said, from 3 to 8 in a single round, now surpassing Magisk. Apex going to take a bunch of damage here towards ramp. Utility pressure yet again for Astralis, just trying to keep up what they do. And RPK has been sent down to the B ramp to deal with Dupree if he was here. Not the case.
Yeah. Of course, the best part about both these teams is like they aren't going to falter to the pressure. They trust their aim. They trust their setups. They will go for aggression. Just because you left a mark on B stairs last round, Dupree, doesn't mean that they're going to be, you know, falling back and playing more passive this time around.
Sure enough.
Oh my god. So many players here. It's a committed position for ZywOo, but it's a great one to try to, lock in some kills.
There's the first. 3 peeks for the second. Who's next? Down goes Dupree. He's got the 4th man locked. Device returns the shot. Damage here v ZywOo and Magisk. Well, it's the 2v4 attempt. Or maybe 2v5. Shocks, he's going to put out that fire. They know exactly where he is. They don't have to deal with him for the moment. Flashbang comes over from short.
Oh, they're turning fast, actually. Chance, no, but Masuda, he is too sharp at the moment.
Device knows there's still a player inside the smoke.
He's just going to join him. Oh, my goodness gracious. He's actually waiting at this moment. No way. I thought he was going to get that. That's too funny. What a way to cancel a play. But he doesn't find the kill. And we see this is why this position is so incredibly strong. You can play back from the short shelf and take peeks, but you're limited on your range.
Yep.
Here, if you actually hit every single one of your shots, you can divide them up into 1v1s. You just obviously cannot miss.
And also hope that they don't find the angle through the tarp. That's one of those spots where you're not working with the cement corner. You are very much exposed.
Yeah. Also, the trade came in from Magisk. So Astralis will call a timeout to talk about things. And, that's not necessarily, it's a rough round because they lost to a huge individual effort in their defaults, but I don't think it scares them away from trying something similar. Let's see what the approach is going to be this time around. I wonder if they knew that B stairs control was going to be taken last round, if they would have gone and fought it. Or if they would have ran the round the exact same way.
The heat from that ace off Dupree gets cooled off by ZywOo. See what comes next. Magisk to the top of mid on his own. RPK yet again committed to the staircase. I don't believe this was ever seen because all of the action went down on A. Wall bangs galore. But everybody's still standing. Everybody 100 health.
With a short shelf pick here from ZywOo, he's starting to move up a little bit more quickly. I don't know if he's going to actually turn around, but they're trying to bait out some attention. Ultimately, ooh, one of their nades misses onto the ramp. That could have been significant damage. Okay, here's the molly to shoo him back.
Glaive right on the cusp of this ramp. They're going to keep 2 CTs.
Whoa, they're committed
to the short side. ZywOo trying to keep his eyes in both directions. Glaive looking to challenge over top of the smoke. And that draws the Opper in. Ever so slightly. Another smoke grenade down. Good flashbang from Device. Magisk makes the most of that one. And he's going to lay another smoke right at the feet of Shocks, who swings out and gets denied. Now Magisk is on for the ace. Masuda, single point of health. And RPK nowhere to be found. Masuda, he's going to take down Dupree, sure enough. And maybe this draws them back over.
1 HP, 2v2.
Looked like Dupree was going on a bit of a hunt. And he just reopened the door, but Magisk shutting it down. 1 kill after another. RPK, his position known. And Magisk, he has had enough. But he goes down, and now it's all on Device. Device committed to the corner. Sticking his position. He doesn't even see it coming. And that is just rude.
Oh, the last place you would expect. That was Magisk on for the ace at that point. 4 kills in the round. Extra damage on RPK to make that just a bit easier in the 1v1. And look at this 3rd kill, right? Off the side of the plant after dropping the smoke down. He sees one, reacts perfectly. He has been pretty unstoppable. It feels like him and Masuda are in absolute peak condition at the moment. And are the only 2 that are worthy opponents of each other.
That committed position. Good enough for the round win.
I guess I had Dupree as well with his unbelievable entries on the B site, which is something, again, they're going to keep their options open in that regard. There's still the potential for a 6-round half. No way he loses to that. That's an MP9 victory here on the short shelf. 5v4 again.
Glaive gives chase to that one, looking for the trade kill. He won't be able to find it unless he goes around the next corner. And he's not going to find just Apex alone. We've got 4 CTs stacked up on this A site. Apex looking for second servings, and he gets the better of Xyp9x, who was looking the wrong direction. A perfect pinch. And now the 2T is left down at the base of the ramp. Flash goes onto the sidewall. Dupree's going to have to fight tooth and nail. And while he does take 2 with him, it's the 3K for Apex and 2 on ZywOo to give Vitality double digits on this CT side. He comes right back at them, and poor Xyp9x had just looked away. Then they clamped down onto Glaive. And from there, it was easy sailing. A 7-round lead for the CT side and a buyback up from Astralis.
Smoke to the A ramp. Got T's working out towards mid this time. It looks like Magisk will speed up his lurk. Device not opping is one thing, but it might not be by choice. Of course, everyone's spending everything they've got. Masuda out in the open, a little bit on the off angle, gets a little leg before he has to enter the duel, but Magisk wins again. The kill matrix is starting to lean into his favor.
Dupree walks right into RPK. Committed to the wood wall. ZywOo comes in with the assist. Apex gets the kill. That opens up timing, and Device, he's not crisp enough.
Goes dry on the duel.
Not clean enough.
This is a position where they can try to walk back here. I think Magisk is trying to figure out what the best, line is. Although Xyp9x has this cutoff in the site, doesn't mean that they could feel confident coming up the A ramp or getting to the plant. It's such an exposed area around the default box. Xyp9x knows he's got to try to clear out these angles for himself. And he's got a smoke to work with as well. So maybe they press up a little bit for some control or punish a peek after the plant goes down. But the discipline here from the CTs, nobody's giving him anything.
They have tons of utility for this retake as well. They could just smoke off ramp. They could smoke off short. They could Molotov short shelf. Maybe that incendiary instead goes to sandbags. They've got options, but for now they're going to run in, eyes up. Numbers advantage. Sure enough, there goes the incendiary, so it's not going to be over towards short to deny Xyp9x, but it's a tough spot for him to peek in from. And now we've got ZywOo back on bomb as 2 kills come through for Vitality, an 11th round off the back of that retake, and they didn't lose a single player moving forward.
Second half should be easier than this. This is a Vitality putting on a clinic right now. Everything they're doing makes sense, of course, right? They can just trust everybody, though. They're finding good trades all over the place. Apex is doing a good job of creating connections with his teammates when he needs to rotate in. We're seeing the IGL be the loose piece on CT side, and they're going to shut down each and every position that they go to. When Zonic in his interview said that Astralis, they didn't feel like they were back in their 2018 form, it was surprising to me because them and Vitality are orders of magnitude better than the rest of the competition in the top 10. But now we're starting to see why that might be. Vitality, they're showing us what can stop an unstoppable force. Oh my goodness.
Apex peeks over. Oh, he even sticks around for it. That's going to activate ZywOo. Comes around the side. Device will answer. But it's another 2 versus 5. Another round where Vitality get easy kills out the gate with tons of time still on the clock. No map control here for Astralis. They're just going to have to try and fight forward. Apex nearly burned down to 0. Instead has 8 health. Masuda's in the T-spawn. And Xyp9x, well, he does cut one off short side, but it costs him half his health. Device, now that headshot could turn things around a bit. We're into the 2v2. And Masuda still working on this flank, but RPK, 11 and 3, peeks out, drops Device, and knows that Xyp9x is locked into the bomb site. Xyp9x thinking elevator is the biggest threat, but there's that internal clock ticking. The CT flanks from behind. And Xyp9x, he finds a bit of timing, slips out, will work around short shelf as Masuda comes up.
Hey, it's planted open for him.
Yeah, this could open him to a peak. If he can now kill Masuda, then the clutch is on.
Timing's missed, though.
Yeah, he misses that one. Not going to find him in the open. Smoke goes down on the bomb. Xyp9x, he's going to have to peek into this. A 10-second defuse. Spam shots go through, and RPK saves the day for a 12th round from Vitality. Huge improvements based on the game we saw versus Big. Only 3 rounds for Astralis on their map pick.
Questions for Astralis. They brought that back, but now they've got to bring it back on CT side of Vertigo, and this would be unproven ground for them. We know that Astralis are going to turn over and be just as good. Apex scoring high. Masuda His barrel's hot. Everybody on Vitality right now is up for the challenge. So Astralis looking for some information. They've got this kind of snake line down B, walking down the stairs. And they have pushed up to a point that they've heard someone run back and realize that it is going to be an A hit. Vitality might be calling this one too soon.
Yeah, they're getting the information they need. Masuda looking to lock it in. Oh my
God.
He's
on full alert.
So on point at the moment.
This guy had 6 alarms set.
Not only is he 17 and 6, but that's only the second least amount of deaths. RPK last half only died 3 times.
And another clash. There's only 2 shots.
And the CT is... Oh, they're scrambled back by just the aggression here, the pressure.
They're getting mauled.
Masuda and Ziwu good for 4 kills. RPK will take the last.
Holy hell.
13 rounds to 3.
This is a bear versus a rabbit at the moment. It's not even close. And sometimes it takes the clash of the Titans to really see where the other stands, right? Like, I didn't realize that everybody else was just feeder fish to Vitality, and that's why they made it all the way through the bracket. So glad to have this best of 3 saved till the end. Man, I don't even know. Like, you know, it's the whole storyline of they need the pistol, etc., just to see what their half might look like. We're moving in. It's round 17. It's already 13-3. Vitality could fall on their face and trip over the finish line and close this game out. Room for tons of mistakes. They got to clasp their hands for this eco. It's possible. We saw what Magisk did for Astralis and some of these ecos in the first half. But those were just kind of like, let's get some damage. Oh, great round. Dabs all around. This is a round they absolutely need. Okay.
Yeah, Dupree, he knows how bad they need it.
Go for it. Oh, that's the CT smoke.
Crap.
It's missed. They're going to be spotting this as well. This might be Vitality wanting to pounce on the opportunity.
Flashbang goes deep. Dupree rattles a shot off. Shocks could come in and combine with mid.
Device is getting info short shelf.
Sure enough, counter-terrorists are trying to justify the stack up. Device, he slides in as they're here. They don't hear him, and he gets both. Device, the timing works perfectly. Hands up onto the Galil. Apex runs through smoke, and he also gets shut down. We were drawn over towards that B site as if it was going to be a house of slaughter. And instead, it's Device who sniffs out the short shelf and slides into the combat. Shocks. He's got the back turned of Magisk. Shoots him down to 13 HP and gives chase. But this is just information, and with 10 seconds, this is Astralis winning a 4th round by way of Device.
What on earth? Okay, I mean, let him live, man. What is even the big deal? There's no AK here for him to pick up. Mac 10 into this next round. 1350 to his name. He can take that and run with it.
He was running there.
These kills, man. He was absolutely running. This could have been a communication.
They didn't hear him.
It's that busy French communication, Connor.
Ah, il est partout là, ils sont partout là. Faut que tu fais attention, il y a deux garçons à B, fais attention là. Something like that.
Exactly. How are you supposed to hear footsteps?
Tough stuff. Vitality. They've got plenty of chances to take this back, let's be real. But for now, they'll have to wait. We'll see whether they can force buy it back to their favor. A scout shot goes astray. Ziwu takes to the front line. He's like, come on, Device, try it twice. And Glaive will instead. M4 rounding the boxes, bested by the Deagle. Further damage into Zipix, who now replaces himself with Magisk. That's another hot barrel here for Astralis, but then Vitality, they stop.
Yeah, they needed that answer back, man. Zipix almost died to that body shot spam from Ziwu at the bottom of the ramp, and there's still hope here. M4 picked up. When I say hope, I mean for Vitality, of course. Although there's great guns here for Astralis, they're going to be a bit shaken up. Bomb will be recovered. I think one thing Vitality did that was maybe a bit questionable in terms of confidence was how they did not commit through into the B site while also not leaving their options open at A, and then immediately walking back, losing the bomb in that way. And oh my god. Apex, what is that? He's
hand cannon to the face.
Yeah, he just slides in there like he's on rollerblades, clears the sandbags. Deagle headshot in the face, and he's out. That's it. And now mid is cracked wide open. RBK gets another kill. It's a 2v4 situation. Dupree is in a good spot for this.
Shots comes running in front, tries to whip it around, and that's not going to work.
They connect so well to make sure to clear that out together. After not seeing anybody on the site, and Magis cannot even help out his team.
Astralis are so stunned by Apex running up onto that sandbag and just barrel stuffing Xyp9x like it's nobody's business. Watch this.
There was, because he jumped, right? It's so hard to read for Xyp9x. Doesn't even understand that. Old man yells at cloud. So that's what it feels like. He just ended up, for some reason, with Xyp9x.
Damn. They lose that last round, but then bounce right back with a little bit of style, a little bit of flair. RPK in middle as well, cutting off the rotate and elevator. Dupree, I mean, he's so pinned into the corner that even though he cuts off the guy coming up from ramp, that they were just on top of that bomb site, joining forces really well. Perfectly timed for Vitality. 10 rounds the lead.
That's the kind of creative freedom that, of course, is going to win you around like that. It's not a play you see all the time, but it was the perfect read on this situation. And, yeah, I mean, it could be a tell. Xyp9x is known to do that, of course. And there could always be somebody at sandbag late into the round walking across who went to peek down the ramp. The call out is just perfect. Okay. Well, what can you say about that? Astralis, they need this round, Connor.
Yeah, that they do. And the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And we'll see if they get any at all.
And maybe we'll get a save at that point.
Magis, though, capable hands on that AK. Dupree's going to peek down into the base of B. Just missed the chance to fire off at RPK. But these guys aren't coming to the B site, Vitality. They're heading elsewhere.
Yeah.
Looking to challenge that AK back. Magisk. Ooh, if he dies, then that could be the defense to fall around him. But he gets RPK. Lays down the smoke grenade in the face of Masuda, who just jumps right up and tries to find this chase. Oh, and he's going to find the back turn. They were changing guns. They were trading weapons. And Masuda doesn't respect the ceasefire. Comes in quick, 3 kills, slays them all, and then some. A 4th kill for Masuda. He is 22-7. Glaive. His teammates scattered across the A site. He knows that weapon's in the middle of it all, but Masuda's got the ace, and Vitality have 15 rounds.
Completely standout performance from Masuda. This is nuts. I don't know. I think this is probably his best Vertigo game to date, of course, in a grand final. Amplifies what that means, but here he is just mowing him down for match point. And, of course, it is players who are working with pistols, but they've got head armor to work with. Astralis had just come off an eco win themselves, and the frustration is they get caught off guard on the timing. This is insane. What could be a 16-4 scoreline is Astralis have to buy again. They come through an aggressive option inside of middle, get shut down by Masuda. Let's call it 6 kills in a row. 7 now. 25-7. Literally not stopping. I mean, if there's no one else on the map, he'd still win the round at this point.
You know, we tried to paint the picture of this grand finals as the 2 best teams in the world finally getting a chance to lock horns. But right now, what we see is a team that is a step and a half above everybody else in the world. Vitality lost, what, 3 rounds to Big across those 2nd and 3rd maps?
Yeah.
Astralis, and now 4 versus Astralis.
Yeah, Astralis lost 6 on Dust too, so I guess that was the first warning sign.
Vitality have now lost 7 rounds only across the last 3 maps of Counter-Strike that they have played.